Wasting some food sometimes is an easy thing for someone to do it in their life. Buying many food and then just being awful to eat it all, then throw it away, is a common thing for them. But this condition is completely contradictory if we look on how many people in this world are hungry and suffer to get their food. Therefore, in this program, I would like to show you on how many people in this world are hungry and suffer to get their food in their life.
Most of the world's hungry live in developing countries, according to the latest Food and Agriculture Organization statistic from 2015. There are 795 million hungry people in the world, and 98% of them are in developing countries. They are distributed like this. First, for people who live in rural areas. Three-quarters of all hungry people lived in rural areas, mainly in the villages of Asia and Africa. Overwhelmingly dependent on agriculture for their food, this population have no alternative source of income or employment. As a result, they are vulnerable to crisis. Many migrate to the cities in their search for employment, swelling the ever-expanding population of shanty towns in developing countries. Second is hungry farmers. FAO calculates that around half of the world's hungry people are from smallholder farming communities, surviving on marginal lands prone to natural disasters like drought or flood. Another 20% belong to landless families dependent on farming, and about 10% live in communities whose livelihood depends on hunting, fishing, or forest resources. The remaining 20% live in shanty towns on the periphery of the biggest cities in the developing countries. The number of poor and hungry city dwellers are rising rapidly along with the world's total urban population. And the third is from children. An estimated 156 million children in developing countries are underweight, the result of acute or chronic hunger, and the source is from the State of the World's Children UNICEF 2009. All too often, children hunger inherited. Up to 70 million children are born underweight annually, the result of inadequate nutrition before and during the pregnancy. And the last is from women. Women are the world's primary food producer. Yet, cultural tradition and social structures often mean women are much more affected by hunger and poverty than men. A mother who is stunted to underweight due to an inadequate diet often gives birth to low birth weight children. Around 50% of pregnant women in developing countries are iron deficient. The source is from UNICEF. And lack of iron means 315,000 women die annually from hemorrhage at childbirth. As a result, women, and in particular expectant and nursing mothers, often need special or increased intake of food. When in some places of this world there are many people which is hunger, according to a recent report by UNEP and the World Resource Institute or WRE, there are many food just being wasted around this world. About one-third of all food produced worldwide, worth around $1 trillion get lost or wasted in food production and consumption system. When this figure is converted to calories, this means that about 1 in 4 calories intended for consumption is never actually eaten. In words full of hunger, volatile food prices, and social unrest, the statistics are more than just shocking. They are environmentally, morally, and economically outrageous. Needless to say, the numbers are not promising, but don't be disheartened. As consumers, we can do a lot to change the situation. First, think. Be a smart shopper and think about what you are buying and when it will be eaten. Wasting food is often a subconscious act. Become aware of how much food you throw away. Planned meals and use shopping lists. Bring your leftovers home. And second, eat. Become a more mindful eater. Eyes bigger than your stomach. Request smaller portion and become a leftovers guru. And save your food. Save your money. Save the environment. Donate to food banks and become a conscious customer.
Thinking about wasting some food? I prefer not. I'm Victoria Amadea Prayuarsi from Poverty Care Department of Sanata Dharma University, Indonesia. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and goodbye.